This is Gus. Welcome to one new chapter of Drawing with Gus. Well, right now we are drawing and we continue actually drawing what we just started last week. We started last week doing it was a concept art for the barbarian kind of thing, kind of Viking, but the wrong idea of a Viking, by the way, because the wrong idea of the Viking is the guy with the horns. But the real Vikings, never had horns. So yeah, whatever. They had the what is this called? The glass kind of glass, like the glasses we use for the helmet, to protect the nose and the some part of the eyes. That's it. That's what they have, the Vikings in real. But they don't have horns. Celts have horns, and pretty much like a straight horns, like a triangular kind of horns or conical kind of horns. Not the like the goat, or even like the what is the other, like the bull kind of horns. Yeah, that's because pretty much those kind of horns were very, very common among the Achaeans, among some people of the Bronze Age, pretty much Semitic, Phoenician, and also Carthaginians, because those were people who not worship, but they admire a lot the strength of a bull. So yeah, for them having horns, it's even in the Bible. Just you can just check it in the Hebrew Bible and the Old Testament, and you will see these descriptions about having horns and how the horns will be like a symbol of power. Like the bulls, they are very powerful. So they think that, having horns and helmets will give them some sort of power, transference of power, actually. But that is the case for the Semitic people and the Celts. Not the case for the Vikings. The Vikings were totally different. But this is a fantasy character. It's based in real life, but solely based on. It's like an interpretation. It's an adaptation. That's it. That is an adaptation. Well, this get me to another point. Have you seen the Odyssey? Well, if you haven't seen the Christopher Nolan Odyssey, first you have to read the Odyssey, because you have to admire first something before you start, criticizing the movie. So I don't know how the movie starts, and I don't know how the movie is, but I see many things that are anachronism, that they had nothing to do with the historical times. But also, Homer, we all know that there wasn't one Homer. Just it was like a many voices for Homer, because many things in the Odyssey and the Iliad, they were like like an anachronism, and other were more antique that weren't in use at the time. So yeah, probably they weren't worshiping those kind of what is this, the pantheon of the gods, the regular ones: Zeus, Hermes, um, Aphrodite, Hera, and so forth. Probably they weren't. Oh yeah, I forgot my ring. Sorry, they weren't worshiping those kind of gods. Probably they were worshiping another kind of gods. They It's like the Minoans and the Minoans, civilization, which is in the Crete island, in the island of Crete. They weren't like proper Greeks, like we know the Greeks today. They were a little different. So yeah, well, that's happened. First, read the Iliad. It's totally free if you want to read it. The Odyssey is totally free if you want to read it online, and whatever is your flavor, whatever is your language. Before you start criticizing something, you have to read it in context to see what is this poem about, and you can just start it. Yeah. And then after that, well, You can just start criticizing if it has this, it has that. But it's Hollywood, so what do you expect from Hollywood? I mean, Mac Damon is not Greek, not Greek at all. Not even Anne Hathaway, she's not Greek too. And the Spider-Man guy, also not Greek. Zendaya, way no Greek. She is like what, Filipino or something. But and so they weren't criticized for that. But man, it's a movie. It's about mythology. It's about something. It's not even historical accurate characters. It's not like a making, King Louis of France, one of the many because they were like 16. Or let's say the Sun King, King Louis the 14, make the guy into an Asian or a black guy. Okay, it was a French. We have portraits at the time, or like making that one of the Anne Boleyn was black. So yeah, that is some sort of interpretation. It should be called fantasy because it's fantasy. And I guess that you can just race swapping or whatever because it's mythology. So you can just do Zeus black like a black guy. Yeah, why not? Because the Greeks, they used to put Zeus like red. I mean, there's no such thing as red guys. I mean, they don't exist unless you have a very bad sunburn. Then you are pretty much red like a lobster. Yeah. Well, anyway, being said that, let's go and start doing our job right now. What we are doing? Well, we are doing this super simple. We are going to create this character. We started last week, so we are going to continue, and probably we have to start making like a character sheet or something like that. Well, let's go. Okay. Okay, guys. And before starting, let me remind you. My name is Gus Duenas. I'm a professional illustrator. Let me see. Where is my name is Gus Duenas. I'm a professional illustrator. This is Drawing with Gus. As I told you, professional illustration. This is my bread wine, you can say it? Yeah, you can say that. Well, sometimes English is not my first language. So yeah, I apologize in advance if something sounds weird for you. Is the way that my brain is translating something. Well, anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is this is my bread and wine. This is how I put rice and beans on the table. That is true. But what I can tell you about this field of the illustration is that it's very competitive. You will have any kind of competition. I mean, very good competition, very bad competition. Guys, there are just, like $5 per illustration for a children book, or guys that are like $1,000 per illustration for a children book. You have both of them. And then you have to compete with those guys. It seems like a little unfair, and many people say, oh yeah, I am a talented illustrator. Sometimes it's not just talent. Let me tell you, sometimes it's also skills. So you have to have your style. So I'm going to make like a class or something for you to try to get what is your style. So we can start, copying something from an style of somebody else, and then you will find what is your style. And this kind of class or transmission or live streaming that I'm going to make, or probably a video, yeah, I'm going to explain step by step how you can make your own style. It's super easy. It's so easy that I don't know how nobody ever explained that. You know why? Because the people that explain that to you, sometimes, they charge you for that. Yeah, they told you, oh yeah, give me some money. Well, talking about money, this channel is a channel, so I'm trying to monetize. But I would appreciate, guys, if you start, liking and subscribe to this channel. Let me put my lower to it. Yeah. If you guys start liking and subscribe this channel, so we can just start monetizing this. The more subscribers I have, the more closer is this monetizing thing. The other thing that I have to ask you is you want to support this channel and help these artists. Well, it's super easy. Like and subscribe is one, and it's totally free. The other thing is not that free, but you can just buy me a coffee, $3 per month or something. There is a link for the PayPal donation thing that you can just fill out and make a recurring, like $3 per month. Man, it's a coffee. You will be helping out this channel a lot. By the way, I need to buy a new camera or something with a better video kind of out, so I can just, get a better image of myself, probably. So yeah, and probably new likes and that kind of stuff. So everything that I have in this channel is from me. I mean, nobody gave me that Wacom, nor that computer. Anything that I have here, everything that I have here is from me. The only things that I have, one tablet that I still have with me. It's an XP pen. It's a Deco 2, and the Deco 02 or 02, it was sent to me by XP pen to make a video, and I did a video. You can just watch it in my old videos there. But let me tell you, between that Gus and this Gus, there is a lot of water under the bridge. So I can tell you right now, if you want to go professional, you want to go pro, you better have pro skill, not only pro skills, but you better have pro equipment. I mean, a very nice computer and a Wacom. You need a Wacom. If you want to go pro, you will need a Wacom. And if you are thinking really going pro, more than 20 or 24 inches. So you start with, this is 22. You will start with 22, and then you can just go on. But let me tell you, right now the 24, which has the, you even don't need, right now you don't even need the remote control. Right now you can just use your fingers, because the new Wacom 24 inches, the Cintiq, it has the what is this? It has the what is the name? Oh yeah, it has the touch thing. So it's a touch sensitive, so you can just do a lot of things that you usually do with your remote control, in my case, but in this tablet and it's only $1,500. I mean, it's $1,500. The people say, wow, that's expensive. Well, you are investing in your career. There is no such thing that just making $200 and tomorrow you are going to be making, and strictly tomorrow you want to have clients, you are going to be making thousands of dollars. There's no such thing like that. You have to invest. You have to invest in your programs. You have to invest in that. And that is sending me to another point of this. If you want to support this channel also, you can just buy Clear Paying. There is a link. It's a referral link. So if you buy Clean Paying, it's just like a 40, 60 sometimes. Right now, I guess it's 40. And there is the Pro version, which is the one that I'm using. And there is the EX version, which is a little more complex, but the difference between both is minimal. You want the EX version if you want to do animations. I mean, frame by frame animation. And also, if you want to do like in one file, a manga book, or the EPUB, and that kind of stuff. But if you want to do illustrations for a book, the Pro version is more than enough. Well, the other thing is just in having the Adobe. I know Clear Paying is cheaper than Adobe, but sometimes you need Adobe. I have both. But anyway, those are the best advice that I can give you if you are wanting to get into this field. I mean, the field of the commercial arts, because this is commercial. Don't put the things, you are an artist, yeah, but you are a commercial artist. That means you are not producing art for the sake of doing art. You are producing art because somebody's paying you. Well, it's the same with the artists that they said, we do art for art, but that's different. They are making a style, they are trying to make something, if they have a name and they're having a style, they're trying to keep the people in the loop, asking for that style, asking for that reason. they try to produce or make a lot of this painting, a lot of this artwork all the time. But if you're a commercial artist, you are doing that because the client is paying you directly. I mean, they pay you half and you start making the book, and they pay you the other half and you finish with the book. Of course, you have rights and that kind of things. I have rights for all the things that I done. I retain the rights. The rights are, with me and the clients, but it's not entirely me. Entirely to me is also for the client, but pretty much entirely to me. So isn't somebody just buy the clients the right for searching kind of character or something that you created or I created? Well, in that case, we are entitled to have, remuneration, have money from that. You have some profit. So we can have royalties and that kind of stuff. It's not like you make the book and the client is the totally owner of that. No, unless the client give you a contract and the contract specify that he is or she is the totally owner of the copyrights. That means if there is a film kind of thing or a new kind of thing, they will go forward with that and you won't retain those rights. So, well, that is the things that we are going to do. And right now, we are going to continue doing this. So if you are watching me, I'm going to start doing this right now. So, oh, that was a hideous sound. Okay. So, right now, I'm here. And I see I have a watcher right now. So, if you can go introduce yourself, would be nice. So, yeah. If you want to ask me any question, guys, when you see this video already recorded or during this streaming, just put in the question is in the chat, and I will try to do it from there. Okay. So let me try to open my recent things, and it is the barbarian illustration. So this is the barbarian that we did last week. Yes, I did some. Let me put this guy. I mean, this in no. Okay, I cannot move it. Well, anyway, I'll try to move it the next time, but I don't know why I don't move it. Well, so let me know if I have some problem with the sound or something like that. I guess I will need like a camera or something in this area. Might be a camera under here. Yeah, might be. Well, this is what I did last time. I hope you like it. This is like a barbarian kind of stuff, kind of guy. So what I'm gonna do is try to make this guy into what is this called? Into because I was doing some kind of arrangement, you can say, or some sort of let me put a little sum. Yeah, I was doing some kind of let me put my gloves. Yeah, let me put my gloves. Gloves are better. This is better for the thing. They are better. And this is not for Wacom, and thank you, Wacom, because you never send me this with the tablet. I mean, I pay $1,200 for this thing, plus the what is this thingy? Plus the stand, which is extra, and never send me this. Thank you. You are so welcome, Wacom. So yeah, I have now my microphone. As you can see, this is my studio. This is pretty much my studio. This is my screen. I have my computer here. You can see my computer. This is my computer. Say hello. And also, this is my tablet. This is my Wacom. This is the one that I'm using all this time to create illustrations. And I have uh, various programs. I have also I have several programs. I have also programs in my tablet and that kind of stuff. Yeah, my daughter is sending me messages because she is in a cruise right now with her husband. Okay, so let's try to do this. First, we're gonna make this guy like this, and then I'm gonna create a new layer. So since we are creating a new layer, I'm gonna be using the real GPen. So I guess this is like what? Yeah. Hmm. So what we are doing right now, we are doing the inking of this thing. Yeah, we are trying to do the inking. Hmm. We're trying to do the inking. Okay. So we are doing right now is we are recreating this, which is so we are doing right now the inking. This is inking. You are doing some inking here. You're using the style you see fit in your inking, and you are using whatever you want to do. But it's pretty much the inking. And then this is the part that I don't like the much. This is the part I'm trying to, you know, and it doesn't have to be perfect like this. You can just make it like this, a little smaller. And as I did here, you can just make it a little smaller. Okay. Okay, you don't have to make perfect the lines perfect. People is so obsessed with perfect lines, when in real life, perfect lines doesn't exist. You see the lines of the zebra, they are not perfect. They are not straight lines. They are not make it with See, this is another trick. You can just erase imperfections. So we are going to be all this time we're going to be designing and creating characters for this for fantasy. We're going to be designing and creating characters for fantasy, so you see how they look like. And by the way, I need to put my where's my, oh yeah, I need to put my POS. Yeah. Okay, let me do this. Okay, so we have the pose right now. Mm. So the good thing about them Wacom is that I have this. So yeah, if I have this problem that in this position, I will be doing better lines than in the other. Well, you can just always rotate the image. Of course, you can do it with many tablets right now, but I have found that with the Wacom, it's easier. So yeah, you can see there. Before you started saying that this is confusing or some uh, hater thing, let me remind you that you can always do this. This is a little trick for this thing called It's a little trick for this thing called. Many people is not this detail in the inking, but I'm detailing the inking like this is the only thing that I'm doing. Yeah, for you to know that many people doesn't understand that, but that is the level of stuff that I'm doing. And I just making a repass in the black lines in this area because I'm doing the thing for that was for that thing that is called the atmospheric perspective. Yeah. Yeah. So let me get rid of this. So it's a lot of detail. The things that I like to do. I like to do a lot of details artwork. Not all the time, but I like details. I guess it's part of my style. I like to do details. I know for many people it's a lot of things. They don't want to think in this, too many details. But for me, it's part of the design. The design has a lot of details. So I love to do that. And of course, I'm separating this for the rest of the design. The sword. Also, we are separating this and separating the fingers. Let me do this. Yeah, let me do this. Yeah. Okay. So the next part is this part.
Okay, yeah, that's is for you an idea of the level of details that we are doing in this one.
So we continue doing the atmospheric perspective right now, and because I want to separate some objects, pretty much the sword from the scale mode here, also the guard of the sword, and also the hands in the scale mode, and also the hands from the handle and the scale mode. Okay, let's see how this guy looks like. So let me get this really hard. So this is how the guy looks in line art. This is the line art of the guy. So yeah, let me do some things here. Yes, tattoos, but we are not going to make the tattoos. The tattoos are gonna be painted. So we will make the tattoos later. Also today we are gonna do some flats. So be prepared, we are gonna do flats. So let me see how the guy looks like. Okay, looks nice. So right now this is how the guy looks like. I put the guy a little more here. Okay, this is how the guy looks like. I've been doing some muscles. I guess the muscles are going to be like this. Yep. Yeah, that is the regular kind of thing. Okay. So we are doing this kind of barbarian. So right now we are going to start doing the line art. I mean not the line art, but I'm going to start doing some kind of colors right now. Let me do that for you guys. So swords and that kind of thing is not gonna be like so we're going to do this. Oh, fantastic, we have this. And we close it pretty good. I mean, yeah, it's not as good as until I close it. Yeah. Yeah.
So okay, let me see. Let me see this right now. Okay, let's restart. Where did you get this? I saw it. It's right here. No, it's right here. And also right here. See, if you want to use the magic wand, you have to have everything close. See, every single point has to be a close point. And this guy here. So we are going to selection. We are going to invert the selection. And we are going to create a new layer here. And we're going to mask that selection. Okay, so the selection is masked. Meaning that this is going to be the first part. So I'm going to make another layer. And this layer is going to be clipped to the mask selection. So we are not going to be doing anything with this selection. And let me put it like some kind of gray kind of color right now. So when I started, painting this, now I will know what colors I need to do. So let's start painting this thing. So we are going to do I'm going to make a selection pane. So this is going to be the selection pane. This is gonna be like goldish kind of stuff. So this is the selection pane. This is the goldish kind of stuff. Let me make this guy into a goldish. Yeah, the goldish is pretty much something in this area. So yeah, we have the thing. The thing is gonna be gold. So area. Yeah, so the fill areas will be painted. Yeah. So we are using the selection. We're using selecting tools. We're not using like a brushes. We're just using selecting tools. Okay, so okay, I guess I can try to selection pane. Use the selection pane again. This time I'm do this. See? Yeah. Okay, I've used selection for nothing. See? The other thing is using this bar. This bar here you can use using for selections. See, we are making this a little better. So I need to do this a little. Hmm. Yeah. No, I'm gonna do the selection thing with this guy. Hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now it's painted. Now it's painted. So we are using the selection. Oh my gosh, I just forgot this guy. And let me get it. Wrong. Uh, hmm, yeah. Let me get this guy with the black right now here. Mm. Uh, or yeah, let me get away from this mask. Mhm. The other, sometimes when the mask is a little uncooperative, you can just go erase it. Mask. I'm doing right now. Yeah, it's erase it. So we can continue like this. Okay, now it's better. Okay, so we come back to this guy here and we continue making this guy. This guy is gonna be like this kind of thing. So now, first off, so yeah, let me do this selection thing with this thing. Okay. So with the flags, we are doing what we are doing with the flags. With the flag, we are creating a flat version of this. Like it was a comic of the 60s or 70s. You know, the old comics, they were flats. They don't have like they don't have shades. They don't have lights. They are just flats. So this is what we are doing right now. We are doing that kind of version. Which for many people is nice because it's some sort of like a reminiscence of the old times. and they like those. Mm-hmm. So right now we are going to continue this. So my advice for any one of you that wants to do this kind of stuff, try to keep your palette simple, like ochre, some kind of like gold or bronze, and that kind, that things. You just try to keep it simple because that is the secret of this. You have to try to keep it simple. The palette, I mean. The less colors you have, the less you have to be worried if your contracts tell you that you don't need it to make it that way, and you have to do some kind of like this fixing or something. If you keep your palette like some minimal colors, like 3 or 4, probably 5 colors, too much, you will do something remarkable. And at the end, that's what the people is looking in you. People is looking that you do something remarkable. See, we're just doing the flats right now. So we have this that is kind of bronze. Yeah, it's kind of bronze. It's like this guy here. So I'm gonna take this. D. Mhm. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of bronze, so I'm gonna make the bronze. Where's my selection tool? So you can see we are trying to make these things at the best in the less problems. That means they are gonna be like bronze things, bronze sword. Let me see this guy. Uh, it's kind of bronze too. So we're gonna make bronze this too. Yeah. Okay, let's do the next to the beard and the long hair. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, have some long hair. Mm. Mm, what's my friend? Mm. Oh yeah. Pay on fulfill areas. Let me pay on fulfill areas that are just not fulfilled. Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are the unfulfilled areas. Paying those. We are going to paint this part by part. Yeah, I know it's a little boresome for many, but at the end of the day, you will understand that this need to be perfect. I mean, it's gonna be an illustration, and it's gonna be something that you are gonna be proud of. Mhm. Gonna be proud of. This is a nice tool, I can tell you. This is a nice tool. Before this tool, many people have to do this by hand. I mean, get it by hand and commit it to this, to that, to do this, to do that. Mm. Mm. Yeah, see, we just covering the areas for our colors to be. We're just getting rid of this so you don't have areas that are actually white or something like that. But you will have areas that are painted. That's what you're looking for, actually, right? Tell me, guys, how you like it so far? This is what we can do with the tools that Visual Paint has in the Pro version. Also, they have in the X version. And the good thing is you don't need to send too much. I mean, you don't need to. Okay, let's continue to do this. So the next thing that we are gonna do is let me do the zooming. Let me do a zoom out. Okay. Next thing we're gonna do is zooming out this, and I guess I will have to use the again the selection pane and make it a little bigger. And and I'm gonna be using this. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be like kind of brownish. Okay, this is the same brownish here, but it's not gonna be brownish when we finish with this. I'm gonna do something pretty crazy, but something you have done before. I'm gonna paint it and make it into the armor kind of thing later on, not now. So it's not gonna be on my flats. It's gonna be on the other things. Okay, so let me get that about yeah. Yeah, I guess we continue to do this. Yeah. So we continue to do this with the still gonna be in like a leathery kind of stuff. Mm. Okay, layer kind stuff is continuing. So we are going to continue doing the layering here. Hmm. So let's do this. So as you can see, guys, we are just doing this. So far, so good. So let me see. What can I do with this? It's gonna be like a yellowish. Yeah. So this part, this guy here, would be more bronze, but a little more lighter. Yeah. See? We have this nicer part of the bronze. But the sword has a different kind of. The sword should be like this. The sword should be. Let me make the sword. Okay. So that's the sword. Yeah, something like this. Yes. Looks way better. See? Looks way better. And And we are going to make these ones here bronze. These are like brushes or something. Yeah, bronze. And now we have to do the have to do the now we have to do the shield. So the shield like a little reddish kind of stuff. You have noticed that my palette is not like a crazy colors. There are variations on two principal colors, like variations of the like an ochre yellow and variations of the what's the other color of the like a reddish brown. There are gonna be those variations. Yeah, see, that looks pretty nice. Let me make this into this. Yeah, what are the colors? And we have pretty much every color, any color that we need. So, Control Z. So this is pretty much. Let me get there. Okay, this is pretty much our fella, but the guy is not gonna be like that, right? It's gonna be like it should be nice that way, but it's gonna be a little more like this. So what we are going to do right now, like right now, is we will start, like so let me see. So selection pane. Yeah. Selection pane. Please. Selection pane. Yes, selection pane. Yes. And control. If you're doing this for comics and professionally speaking, you have to do this. You have to close all this thing because the bleeding is not possible for this. So they won't tolerate it. Yeah, if you are going to go professional with somebody, this person won't tolerate that kind of bleeding. See, now it's more perfect. Many people say, I don't know. Yeah, you see, it's more perfect. It doesn't have those weird white lines that you have here, or the grayish lines that you have there. Okay. See how it looks like? It's better. So this is something that you have to do. You have to do in order to immerse yourself in this, in order to start doing this. So we are closing these white points. Because if we don't close in those guys, when we start, painting, that will involve, in my case, blending. You will see the white. You will see the white, and you won't see that. Let me show you how it looks like right now. See, now it looks better. It's still in some parts. It has some kind of things, but it's not that as bad as it was before. So let me do a little thing. Something that I like to show you is this. Make a new one in this. So you either create this or stay with this and do like a let me see, not a watercolor, but Cintiq. Oil paint. Yeah, you do the oil paint. Not the oil paint. Round mixed brush. So you do this color and make it a little. See? See, you're just making um,
3D, well, not 3D, but kind of. And the best, also, you can just make this, multiply everything. Let me delete everything. Control Alt, and then, right. So you can make multiply here. You can just go in this area. It's a gray, and you just do this. See, and this color we accommodate to whatever color you have, because it will be the multiplied version of your color. Same for this. See, is the version is the version of this color, right? See. Well, not like that, but in case a little smaller. This is like cell kind of animation, cell animation, the one that you see pretty much in mangas and animes. See, whatever you're doing, it's gonna be like a cell animated version of whatever you're doing. Yeah, I'm saving. I have to save, but I guess I save it as illustration. I don't know. Control D. Also, you can do there something.
is some fast kind of cell animation, but cell animation like a manga style that you can see right now. This is some fast thing, but we can do even better. Let me show you. You can just better here. Let me make it a little better in the eyes. See, it's not like super kind of perfect, but in case it will make a nice effect in the stuff you're doing. Just using a gray color on top of that and putting the multiply effect. So a multiply layer and you will doing this. Okay, just for you to see how it looks like using like a comic kind of style, but that's not my style. But I don't like much the comic, but you can see it. And for the people that tell me, well, how can I put the lights here? Because the lights are just whatever these things are. Well, let me show you how the lights go. So the light goes in the top, and I will do like this color, but I will put in highlight. What's a highlight? Yeah, highlight. So I'll do the coloring highlight. You see, probably. Mm, yeah, highlight. See, highlight, coloring highlight. So you see, this is using highlight and using a little more. So we have 4. Colors. See, some colors here. So let me show you this a little more like this. See, this is like doing a comic, like doing a cell or kind of anime kind of stuff. This is the way that you can do it, and it's super easy to do. But anyway, this is not the way that we are going to be treating this guy. We are going to do a little more classy kind of approach. But just for you to know, you can just design your stuff based on that, like doing like this. See, you have a bunch of stuff that just have these colors here, so you just put it. They have like yeah. See, these little tricks is the one that you develop on time. Is the little tricks that you see how to do it on time. Not like right now, but on time. It will take time. It will take some kind of ideas, but you finally get it. And when you get it, you will be in the advantage. You will no longer be the rookie guy, but you will be the guy that knows the secrets. Something like that. So yeah, these kind of tricks are super easy. You can just practice using this. Yeah, and yeah, you can just do one of these kind of barbarians, and you just make it in this way. So next time you're doing this, it will be like this. And this is the thing that you can do with a little patience. See? This is how we paint a barbarian using this kind of cell shell animation. And if you think that, oh no, I don't like black lines, let me show you this. You make this new layer and you clip the new layer to your line art. And you start doing this. I mean, this is gonna be like the, no, probably a little darker. Yeah, this is gonna be a little darker. Probably this darker. And you start doing this. See? That's my wife. So you start a little darker, and now you have this. See? Now it's not perfect, so it's, yeah, it's nice. And it's not completely black because, you know, black doesn't exist in nature. It's a blend. It's a blend of many colors. And it's actually the absence of light. So you have this guy for everything that is like copper. Yeah. So you have this guy for this, which is copper too. And you put the copper here. And we're just painting the lines. This we are just painting the lines that we just make. See? Now they have a better, like a better approach, a better showing. Yeah, you have a better approach, a better showing in this. And now you have different kinds of lines. So the color is not black. It's no longer black. It's no longer comic. It's another color. Yeah. It's a neutral color that is more in symmetry with whatever the color you're using. So the same for this guy. No, probably a little more like this. Yeah.
So the same for this guy. For the beard and probably for the, not for the beard. The beard is gonna be red. For the noses, this kind of things, the eyes. So the same for the guys in the area of the, probably a little for this guy here, here, and this, yeah. Then you can have the other colors. So it's gonna be the same for this guy. Let me make this a little bigger to cover more area. So you see the difference. Now we don't have black in the skin. We have this color kind of, we have brown. Yeah, more like a fleshy kind of color, which is more in tune with the real color of the flesh of the human being when it's touched by the sun. See? More attuned to this. See? Yeah, same with the legs. So this is sometimes the way I work in what's this thing? I work in I work using markers. So yeah. So yeah, you see how it's different. It has more color, but right now you don't have the problem of the. Yeah. So let me do the beard and the hair a little more reddish, and then I'm gonna show you another trick. So that is like a reddish, but you don't want that reddish too much. So we have some parts that are gonna be all red, like the beard is gonna be all red, and some parts are gonna be all red, more dark. Yeah, see, but the other parts no. The other parts are not gonna be all dark. You're gonna have dark in some parts, but not all of them. So that is the same with this thing here. Make it this darker color. So yeah. Many people say, I don't like it, it's too bad, but this is the color when you start working. See? This is when you start working. This is the idea that you have for doing the line art. So well, let me change this to my gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. Oh. Okay. Let me know how it seems. I look. I'm not sure because this doesn't have any kind of like an auto focus or something like that. Well, for that reason, I need a new one. Well, anyway, thank you guys for joining me. My name is Gus Duenas. I'm a professional illustrator. This was a showdown how to do character art. We are going to continue next week when I'm going to show you more tips and hints how to do this. Well, thank you so much for joining me. And remember, my name is Gus Duenas. I'm a professional artist. And if you want to support this channel, well, I appreciate that. If you just, if you just like and subscribe. Where you are liking and subscribe this channel, you are helping me out toward monetization. And also, the other thing that you can just help me out with is just follow me on my social media. Let me show you my social media. I have Instagram, so you can just follow me there. I try to put all my art there when I have time. But anyway, and the other is an X. I have X. And also I have YouTube. So you can just follow me and whatever on my social media. And also, if you need an illustrator for some kind of job or something, and you are looking for somebody with a fresh view of your products or your idea or your book, well, let me know. I can be accessed at duenastudio.com. This is my website. And you can see some samples of my work. But if you ask me, the best sample I can do is like doing a sketch of what I have an idea about your character for your story or for your product. Pretty much products, many products needs right now of Illustrator. Have you ever been tired of this kind of illustration like the New York Times that they are, or the Adobe illustrations that they are pretty much like a very simple, not even lines. They're just like simple things that looks like pretty much like this, like the Yellow Submarine of the Beatles. Aren't you tired of that? Everyone is doing that right now, or everyone is doing the BX guys with the minimum kind of details. Well, if you are tired of those designs or those styles and you want to look something different, well, first, don't go to Xmitalent because all of those guys are the same. So if you are working with a publisher and you're an author and you want a fresh view, just contact me. Just go to my website, drop me an email, or just contact me in one of those messages. I will help you out to try to get out of this mediocrity that right now they call it trending. Yeah. So, well, the other thing is, if you want to look in somebody like design you an OC or something like that, well, just think of me. This is a fresh bridge. If you are just thinking that right now the illustrators for OCs or for characters on the internet, pretty much in X or even in Instagram, are just variants, just several variants of this Loish or who's the other? There is another girl that also do this, and also Ross. Ross is a very very good guy, but he's pretty much anime or mangish. So if you are looking for something different, call me or email me. I have my phones and my contact information in my email, in my website. Well, thank you so much for joining me, and just remember, if you want to go into this business, you have to be prepared. I mean, you have to have a skill, talent. Talent is 100% what you need, but also you need skills. That is the only 100%. Yes, 200%. How is that even possible? It's possible. Tell me. That is not. It's possible. If you don't have talent, you have no business in this world, because you need to be born with the communication between your eye and your hand eye. You need that, because if you don't have that, well, you cannot draw. That's super easy. Oh, I never draw in my life. Well, that means you have that communication in your brain already. You were a right brainer. You have that already in your brain. That means no. If there is people that they don't have this kind of a talent, the eye hand coordination, you cannot draw. It's simple as that. Painting, changing colors, doing different styles, doing different media, oils, acrylics, watercolors, digital media, whatever media. That is totally after you just start drawing. The base of everything is drawing. So, well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. And remember, if you want to support this channel the other way, more Charlie speaking, it's just there is a link for YouTube and buy me coffee. Just buy me a coffee. $3 per month, and you will be helping me out this channel. Well, being said that, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week when I try.